Hey guys, this is Ethan Martin-Giles, top 32 Zoodiac deck profile from Birmingham Regionals. Hope you enjoy the video.
Hey guys, didn't do the best with it because the ratio is a bit off, but I'm able to show you anyway and show you what I'd change about it. So I've got 3 Terror Tops and the 1 Takatom. Pretty standard stuff at the minute.
Yeah, the traditional MX Invoker.
Double Rat because he's hit 2.
R.I.P.
Double Thoroughblade. Now this guy won me quite a lot of games, especially the mirror match. So I love him. I'm slightly tempted to put him back to 3. Then there's Triple Whiptail. This won me pretty much every game that I won, and I went 5-3. Ram, I put him in for the combo, but I never saw it, so this guy's getting dropped.
Yeah, that is really a spicy tech. I don't know. I've never really seen it playing, like, no one ever uses it.
Yeah, so you can pop it with Dryden, you get Rat back, and then you can loop again, but it never came up because of hand traps like Ghost Ogre, so...
And it's another search anyway.
I'm just going to drop it.
Yeah, it's another
Whenever
search,
I drew into it, I never used it. I think I twin twisted it away one game, and that was about it. Then the last Zoo card is just Black Sheep.
That's not a Zoo, that's a Loony Light.
It might be the Lunar Light card, but it's... Who plays Lunar Lights? Come on, seriously.
Hello?
Right, then I've got a few hand traps. They came up Maxi. Only dropped it twice, but every time I dropped it, it was dropped on me. That was either a win or a lose. So this guy, it won, still mean it. Best thing ever.
Before we go any further, quick question. Do you think that your Zoodiacs would be able to play through a Maxi challenge?
No, never ever accept this challenge because in testing, Maxi challenge accepted. Opponent gets about 21 draws. Not worth it. Unless you're going to deck them out, don't do it. Ever. Right, hand traps, Ghost Ogre. Really good against the Metal Foe matchup. Really good against the Mirror match. Not so good against other matchups. It's okay-ish against Invoked, but I'd still keep it. Still keep it at 2. Last hand trap. Best card of the format.
Oh, that bird.
This got me so much advantage, especially when I played against lawn mowing decks. Got rid of important cards, banished stuff. It was just too good. I was slightly tempted to bump it up to 3 when I rebuild this.
It's Dak Pro.
That's all the monsters. So
that card is broken, this format, honestly.
Right. It's pretty standard. We've got your 3 Barrage, gets you your Rat, gets you your Thoroughblade. It's just free summon. Free summon. That's all that matters. And we got 3 tankies, just search. Quite a few times the 100 damage difference, especially when I played Cosmo, made a big difference. Made me hit over the stuff. In the mirror match, being able to be bigger than their monsters was great. So if this thing ever stays at 3, keep it at 3. Then we've got, which not many people do, 3 Twin Twisters. Reason behind it is because every single, everything but Infernoids runs loads of back row. The mirror match, loads of back row. The Pale Azure matchup, loads of back row. And this deck dies to strike pretty badly, unless you've opened up, the nuts. So this should be at 3, in my opinion. Don't change anything. Got 2 instant fusions. I was suggested by a friend, and to be honest, I would probably take it to 3 because you want to open it. It doesn't matter if you open multiples, you just want to open this. You open this in a Rat, you've got +7, 4 draws, 3 monsters on the board. Why would you not run 3?
Open that and you've basically got a Winston fusion, bro.
I being able to open this or top deck into this, I got so far ahead of people that even through stuff like Dark Hole, I was that much advantage that the second I played a second one, people were just scooping. I've got 2 fusion substitute because Pure Zoom need to do the hand loop twice to get the extra draws. Play any other variants, you just play the 1, but Pure Zoo 2. I often find myself in a couple of situations where I actually felt like running 3 of this because you can do it 3 times. You can. It's difficult, it's hypothetical, but you can do 3. and not neg at all. So it's pretty standard. Favourite card, it won me almost all my games yesterday. Almost every single game went down to a chalice. If I opened it going second against, like when I played Zoo, I summoned him right, he tried to Trident it, chaliced it, and he just sat there and went, oh, and he just froze. He did not know what to do. Most people do not know how to react when they get chaliced. It gets around everything, and I mean everything. It's the best thing, other than Cosmos that can't be targeted. Gets everything out of the way.
Even for Cosmos, it can still bait out the Dynasty specials.
Oh yeah,
so...
I did do that in the Cosmo matchup. I did try to chalice his Strawman just to force him to tag out because I wanted him to waste the Dark Destroyer when I had no board, which did result in me getting round the Dark Destroyer because he'd already wasted it. So I would recommend running this in virtually any deck right now because it's like DD Crow. It can win a game on its own.
Yeah, there's no reason not to be fair in this format.
The last spells are Regeki. I saw this enough times to keep it in. When I played Zoo, I opened this and I drew into Dark Hole, and I slaughtered him. It wasn't even a close matchup. He survived. He tried to crawl back through a Dark Hole and a Regeki, and he couldn't. And all he sided against me was Mind Control. All that did was got rid of my Trident. This got rid of his entire board. So this card, good. Last card, Book of Moon. I did not see this once. I run other one-ofs, and I never saw this once. The entire day, I never drew it. So chances are I'm dropping this because for some reason I can't seem to draw this card.
What are you going to drop it for?
I'm thinking of dropping it for either combination or a third DD Crow because this deck, even though it's meta, its playstyle is aggro everyone else that's meta as well. So chances are I'm just going to put something in that either screws around with people like DD Crow, or I'm just going to put combination in because I didn't run it, and especially in the Zoom matchup, I wish I'd have seen it because we both ended up in a grind game, and that one combination would have won me the game 2 turns quicker.
Yeah, combo's a good card.
So the traps, they're pretty generic. I've got 2D barriers. I think, personally, I think 2's enough. I don't think you need to run 3, despite what everyone says. And my reason being is because not all the meta decks need to go into the extra deck. For example, Infernoid, they don't need the extra deck. So drawing multiple of these against that matchup, it's just a dead draw. They won't care. Other decks like Skull Servants, Light Swans don't need the extra deck. Plus we need to get used to not playing it because the second links come out, this card won't be that good. So 2, and I'm happy with 2. We've got 1 Imperial Order.
That card.
I kind of love this card, kind of hate this card. I opened it one game, turn 1, sat on it for like 10 turns and nearly would have killed myself if it let me, but it doesn't let you. But then on the flip side, I opened it against lawn mowing, and the guy just passed turn. Just passed. I think ideally for me, siding this would probably be better for this deck, not maining it. I'm probably going to drop this again for something increase consistency. I decided to run the 1 Starlight Road. I saw it about 3 times throughout the day. One of them times, I put it there as a bait and it worked. It forced someone's Twin Twister, and I just chained it, just to wind him up. Another time, it was against an antimatter OTK stall deck. He tried Dark Hole me, saved my board, and then I ended up beating him with a Trident, piercing him with triple whiptail straight through a Battle Fader. So I'm not sure if I'd main it, but definitely if I'm not going to main this card in the future, you should consider siding it because you're playing Zoo.
Yeah, you need the back row to be fair.
Last cards are the last cards of the deck: double strike and single warning.
Your standard negates.
Most people run 3 strikes, but if you ask
no
me,
point.
warning's better. Like people have been saying for the longest time that strike's better, but strike doesn't stop invoked.
So yeah,
it just doesn't stop invocation. This stops invocation.
Konami, if you're watching this, ban strike, upward into 3 please. Thank you.
I don't understand where people come from. This stops Barrage, it stops the fusion card that Infernoids run, it stops Invocation, it stops Polymerization, stops everything.
Stop Denko.
Effects. That's it, just effects. No point. Extra deck, now this is where it gets interesting. The rank 3s are MX Saber,
Needed.
Totem Bird,
Needed.
the standard ones, but, suggestion by a friend, Levia the Sea Dragon. This came up once, only once, but I was so happy it was in there. Someone DD crowed my rat. I left Terratob and Takatom out because I expected the DD crow. He DD crowed it, mid Levia, brought it back. The guy just looked at me, shocked that this card was even in my extra deck. I then went completely AWOL, got the double loop, opened up with so much board advantage that he scooped. He scooped just because this saved me from that one DD crow. He had nothing, no plays left. One fusion monster. It's like the main card of the deck. Without this, what's the point in playing Zoo? Come on. You can't do the hand loop, so this card's great, and chances are it's getting banned. So play it while you've got the chance. Then we've got our Zoo, which is triple Dryden. Not everyone runs 3 Dryden, but I'm playing pure Zoo, and this is my boss monster, so I'm running 3. Simple as that. Like the amount of times I just went one monster into this pass, and I had enough back row to stall them out, and then proceeded to just go off was immense. Got double Broad Ball, the Searcher. Without this, you can't do the loop. Double Tiger Mortar, came up enough times to warrant keeping it at 2. Being able to equip things to, like, re-equip a rat that you've left in grave, or be able to equip Thorblades or Whiptails to monsters and get defensive or aggressive it's just really, really good. And this probably might, besides Dryden and Broad Bull, it's going to be remaining one of the best cards even when Laika comes out, because it can create so much advantage. You can top that one Zoo and get out of being in a bad position just by overlaying into her. You can then just go nuts again. One Bulbo. I never got his effect to attack directly off. Every time I summoned him, it literally just ended up being an extra material towards something else, and that was nothing more. The last XC's been Emerald, obvious for the hand loop, and Gagaga Samurai. Now, I thought about running this because this is the guy that gives you the OTKs. I never summoned it once. It was easier to OTK with a Dryden and just sticking Whiptails on them, and it was easier to punch down with stuff like Emerald and my Totem Bird than it was to just go into this. Because this was going to waste something that I didn't want to waste. Because I'm either wasting a rat behind it, or I'm wasting my instant fusion on it. I didn't make it. I'm probably just going to drop this for something defensive, or just wait till Laika comes out and put Laika in. No, the side deck at top, I was really happy with this. This did so much work. I got 2 Denkos. I would probably run 3 if I had 3, but
you only needed it, so
it did enough work.
That's it. Race your normal summon. You'd be better off with Ginzo.
In this deck, if you see Barrage and Denko, you're gonna go off, and like Paleo can't stop you unless they made Totally. But Paleo never made Totally turn 1, so fine. I actually sided this in the mirror match just to psych him out. I dropped a Dark Hole on him, summoned Denko, and he couldn't get over it. He couldn't get over it for so long because all I was doing was setting the D barriers, passing during his standby, flipping D barrier. He now can't use his back. He can't use his back row or go into the extra deck. And then I'd just start going off with all my combo pieces. And he was shocked that I sided this in, but he was impressed that it beat him so hard. So this is a seriously good card right now. 2 Flying Sea, sided them in a lot and never saw it. So I can't give an opinion of it, but it's understandably good. But to be honest, the amount of stuff you can side against Zoo and rank 4 decks, you probably won't need this anymore. You've got Dark Holes, Regekis, you've got other board wipes, Tranche Tributes. Ideally would have probably rather decided a second Dark Hole and probably something else instead of this, and I'd have probably done better.
Danko.
Yeah, future reference, I'm probably not going to run this, and I don't think anyone else really should. But the only deck that this is even good against is PK Fire, but no one plays PK Fire right now to worry. So I'd drop that. This, now I'm tempted to take this guy up to 3. I dropped this in my last game against someone, they played Lawn Mowing. I chained Lancia, he checked his grave, I checked his grave. He had several Mizukis, some Solitaires and a Unizombie in there. Had no snow. Unlucky he banished it off the Desires. But I dropped this, he looked at his grave twice, passed turn, watched me start to go off and just scooped. This Lancia literally, single-handedly, caused the guy to make 0 board. This is not just good against Infernos, this is good against any form of Lawn Mowing deck, or Cosmo, or even Zoo. You can side this against Zoo because if they are playing the hand loop, you drop Lancia, they can't banish the spell card, that means the Northern's stuck in grave, and they're not going any plushes this turn. Then, one spell, which was Dark Home.
Yeah.
Sided it in every time that I knew I was going second. Didn't matter what deck I was against, I just sided it in because board wipe. I think the only time I didn't side it in was against some stall OTK deck that I played against, like DD Dynamite, because he wasn't giving me any sort of board. About the only thing he ever really summoned the entire game was a Lava Golem to me, and I ended up one-shotting him with it, so that's the only game I didn't side it in. This, now, this doesn't have a particular purpose why it's in here. This is just generic. I generically sided this in against Zoodiac Cosmo. I sided it, I think I might have sided it in the mirror match. I sided it against every single 60 card deck, and I sided it in against Invoked. Every single time I saw this card, I won. I just won. Like, the amount of decks that play off spells in this format, I won. Yeah, I did side this against Metal Foes, but I didn't see it. But if I'd have seen it, it'd just been a win more.
If you'd seen it, it's a one turn.
It's just a win more. Yeah, it's you make this and they can't out it, then you win. Like, this card's bright. I'd probably bump this to 3 because you see it, you win. It's amazing. 2 different dimension rounds.
We know why that's that.
Reason being for this, only at 2, was because my plan was, I was expected to lose game 1 if I lost the dice roll. Side 2 in, do the hand loop, side in some Lancias, cover my odds, but that didn't end up happening. I sided this in every time, never saw it. I saw Lancia over it every time. The one time I did see it, the guy ignored it, decided not to drop the Lawn Mowing, and just played out of his hand. So, logically a good card, ended up being useless. Not sure what to think about this going forward. This format. Last 3 cards off the side, Wiretap.
Oh, that's broken.
Now, this card against... this is good against Invoked because it stops them using Sanctum. I did side this against Invoked because I was going first, and I just wanted to make sure that Sanctum didn't come up at all that game. I sided it against, I think that was about the only time I sided it. This was to be sided against Paleozoics, but luckily I didn't end up having to play them because Zoo has a horrible matchup against them, but this card is probably the best thing to side against them that isn't Denko Seka. If I had played Paleozoics, it would have been that going in, because I've already got the Twin Twisters. I'd have probably put in a Dark Home, and that alone should be enough to just win you a game against Paleo. Because if you've got like a D barrier, set the D barrier. It might make Denko Seka inactive, but the second it gets stand by face, flip the D barrier, he's back active, they can't play. I love this card, and I think people would pay more attention to this because it's going to be good for the next couple of months, because Paleozoics are probably the best deck right now. And that's pretty much everything. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and going forward with this deck, it's great. you should try it. It's hard to play to an extent, but once you've memorised the loops using these and your 2 rats, you end up going +7, and if you go +7 and draw the right cards, which I was constantly like this, you end up just winning, instant win. So, hope you guys enjoy it. I'll see you later.